And now we come
to
onto
the
the big one. Here we go.
Finally, we've been waiting for all 15 minutes that we've been speaking. I'll let you start. It's at Old Trafford.
Yes.
What are your first thoughts about the game?
Well, I'm hoping that United have sort of recovered from whatever happened in those last 10 minutes against Brighton, because that was a bit of a shocker.
I can tell you now they definitely will.
Yeah.
United
but
always
this
show
is
up.
as you've just said now, this is just different gravy compared to other games. You know, you as a player, you just switch on for these sorts of games. There's something that sort of flicks in your head, and you just switch on and you go in full intensity into derbies like this. So yeah, I think that I'm actually backing, as I back my boys. I back United. I really think United have a good opportunity. I think 7-0 aside, the 7-0 humiliation aside, I think these games have often been very, very evenly fought. And it's actually quite funny because we always get up and we think, Liverpool United, it's so exciting. We're going to see a thriller. And it ends up being a 0-0 draw where you're just sitting, where's the shots? So, I think I'm hoping that it provides us with a bit of a thriller again. I think that United have the capacity to cause Liverpool a lot more problems than they have in the past. I think we spoke about it earlier this week with Mason Mount doing a lot of the pressing work. I think there's a much better structure and organisation to United than there has been in the past. Usually, I think United would have to sort of sit in a very deep block. I think they might do something similar this time around just to take out the threat of Salah and Luis Diaz. But
I mean, this has been. I remember Rashford scores. It feels like he scores every time he plays
Liverpool.
He can't wait to face up against Trent.
On the counter. He loves it. He absolutely adores, because he knows Trent's weaknesses and strengths, and he knows that Trent loves going forward, loves spamming crosses into the box. So and there's an opportunity there to get in behind, and I think United might employ a similar tactic here. They might not be as adventurous with the press, but they'll probably go for a sort of a deeper or a midfield block to try and take out Liverpool's threats and then hit Liverpool on the counter. I think will probably be the plan with the likes of Bruno and Rashford on the wing. Diallo's been in excellent form. I back United. I'll back United to get the result in this one.
And I think I was looking at the last 5 Premier League games we've played each other, and then the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And I think the counter-attacking narrative of United has been so clear.
Yeah.
I think I was saying to you before off camera the amount of shots I calculated.
Yeah.
Liverpool have had 136 over the past 6 games, and they've scored 17 goals. United have had 38 and scored 8.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and one of those games was a 0-0 where Liverpool had 34 shots.
Yeah.
And it's just, Liverpool are not clinical enough.
No.
Because United, like you said, sitting deep in a lower and mid block, letting Liverpool have shots, but not of high quality.
Exactly.
And then also Onana has his man of the match performance.
I
mean, last season I remember that the Soboslai, I think it was a Soboslai save. It could have been in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm almost already celebrating, and then Onana just pulls his hand up there.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting to see how Slot will approach the game, because over the past couple of years, Liverpool have been the side that's dominating possession and attacking more.
Yeah.
But the problem's always been United have, like I just said, have been clinical. Rashford has 2 shots. He scores 1 or both. Garnacho, Ahmad in the dying seconds last year. That was
brilliant. That was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. It was a moment that got all United fans off their feet.
That was one of the worst days of my life. But I think it's just interesting to see how Liverpool approach this game, because in pre-season, United, you could say, were almost the better side.
Yeah, I was actually going to touch on that pre-season, because even though the goals went very much against us, I thought United were very much the better structured side, and I thought they put on the better performance, but it just ended up that it could have been because of match fitness or something else.
Kelleher and Jaros, I think, made some insane saves. Liverpool, I think, they scored 3 goals, and I think they only had 5 shots the whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
So the roles were completely reversed. That's why I think Sunday will be a really great game.
Yeah.
Who do you see United starting? Who do you think the starting lineup's going to be? Any changes?
I actually don't see many changes, if at all. Big question will be about whether Maguire starts. I think his use of the ball is still pretty average. even though he's a very, very good box defender. I think it's whether De Ligt is up to speed or not, or whether Ten Hag still wants to use De Ligt from the bench, because I think De Ligt and Martinez will be the partnership going forward. I think as soon as De Ligt is up to speed and ready to start, I think he will go forward with Martinez. It's just whether he's ready to start. United, I don't see, even if United get the Manuel Ugarte signing over the line before the game, I don't see him coming into I'll be surprised if he's involved at all.
That'd be almost throwing him to the wolves.
It will be a little bit, to be honest. Yeah,
biggest game of the
yeah,
season.
You go. Show what you can do. Although it'd be crazy. It'd be lots of fun. And then the other one, obviously, I mean, there's been a lot of United fans calling for Rashford to be dropped, Rashford. But I think he's actually had a fairly solid start to the season. He wasn't amazing against Brighton, but, you know, I don't think many of the attackers were amazing against Brighton. It was just one of those games that was on a knife's edge. I think he got himself into really, really good positions and looked electric against Fulham. Just couldn't get the ball into the net. So I think United retained him. I just think, again, he has so much more of a more mature all-round game than Garnacho does at the moment. Sometimes you look at the decisions that Garnacho makes and you go, oh, well, you could have done something different there. You could have looked for a teammate instead of shooting there. He's still got a bit of immaturity to his game, whereas I think Rashford, even though he is under pressure, just has that has the better decision-making and playmaking ability than Garnacho. And I think keeping the ball when we're not going to, and making good decisions when we're probably not going to have so much of it in this game, I think will be really, really important.
I also think Garnacho is a threat off the bench against whoever, if Trent's still on, tired Trent would be, I think, even against Conor Bradley last season, he was tearing him to pieces.
Exactly.
I don't think there's many fullbacks that can handle Garnacho, especially
in
60, 70 minutes into the game.
In those last 30 minutes coming off the bench. And then, you know, Rashford, I think, coming off the bench probably doesn't give you that same impact. I think he's a much better starter than what he is an impact player.
I agree.
I don't know how you see Liverpool lining up.
I think it's going to be completely unchanged again, because it's been unchanged the whole time. I think there aren't really many other options.
No.
I think looking at the bench, I don't see how Nunez or Gakpo overtake Jota or Diaz, who have started really well. I think Gravenberch is the only option in that right side of the pivot with McAllister. I think defensively, you know, maybe Kwanzaa over Konate, but Konate's played really well since coming back into the team. So it would be making changes for the sake of it. There is no reason to actually alter anything. And I think it'll be an exciting matchup. Just because now Ten Hag's playing in a, you know, it'll be less, like the midfield will be way less spread out how it was. I remember last season it felt like it was two Liverpool midfielders in 30 meters of space.
Exactly,
and it was the back five and then the front five.
It was exactly
that. And I don't think it's going to be like that at all.
No.
And I think that if it was to be like that, Liverpool would have the best time ever, because they just want to go through midfield. But I just don't see United being like that at all.
No.
And it's not going to be end to end. I don't see it being, you know, Liverpool 35 shots, United 8. I see it being way more even. So, I'm just curious to see how things end up.
It will be interesting to see. I think we'll see a lot that's sort of similar tactics to what Ten Hag employed in the Community Shield against City, because that seemed to work out quite well. I mean, obviously the result with City grabbing the penalties, you know, obviously result went against us, but the tactics worked. You know, United probably should have ended up winning that game. So I think he'll go with similar tactics to those he used there and limit the amount of shots and opportunities that Liverpool have. So I think that's exactly it.
And what's your scoreline?
And I think United take it. I think United take it 2-0.
2-0?
Yes. Okay. I'm going 2-0 United.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to back Liverpool as well.
Of course you are.
I'm going to say 2-1 2-1 Liverpool. Because I think that Liverpool feels like we always concede against United in like a stupid way. I mean, Kwanzaa gave that ball back to was it Bruno last year?
Yeah, that was
last season wasn't a great one. But I mean, I'm backing Liverpool. But realistically, it's probably got 0-0 written all over it. So 2-0 United, 2-1 Liverpool. Should I just end it there?
before we
do you have
go,
anything
I
else
think
to
we
add?
should put a little wager on this game.
Okay, what are you thinking?
So I'm thinking that if United, when you show up to the next show, you've got to don this hat, you've got to don the scarf.
Okay.
There you go. I don't know if you
And
want to
if
place
Liverpool win,
anything.
you wear the shirt.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
Let's
Let's
go for
shake
it.
on
There
it.
we go.
Okay, nice. Okay, cool guys. So that's our preview for game week 3. I hope you're excited. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, all those kind of things. As always, let us know if we're stupid. And yeah, thanks for joining me.